All right. Welcome. All right, here we are for week number 5 of the League of Misfits F1 24 Season 3. So we're 4 weeks in. So we've had, looking at the standings right now, championship standings, Logical Joke out in front with 67 points in the championship. It's been in the podium all 4 races. Rated F1, second right now in points. Only ran 2 races with the league, but he's won 2 of them. So he's got him a good solid second right now. I think he'd be show up tonight. I think we might just take over the championship here from local. He's been fast every time he's been there. Murph sitting in third, 2 podiums to his credit. Cooper fourth in the championship standings with 1 win and 2 podiums. Rusted sitting in 5th. Rounding out the top 10, we have Affinity, Big Fat Door. We call him BFD because it's easier to say during the stream. Schelling sitting in 8th. Ovo sitting in 9th, and Joe Beef in 10th. Joe has since left the league, but he's still in the top 10 right now. Looking back through the field, we got about 15 drivers that have all scored points, and we have 12 drivers here tonight. It looks like, looking at the roster for tonight, we have two drivers currently here tonight who haven't scored any points. That'd be Nathan and Wampus both. So here we are at Barcelona for the the Spanish Grand Prix. It's Spain, Barcelona. Nice long track. Only 14 corners here tonight. 2 long DRS zones all the way down the front straightaway, and then again through turns 9 and 10. Should be a good race. We are about 5 or 6 minutes away from qualifying. This is not F1 stuff's not our normal thing for DRSN. We like to do a lot of dirt races, but we've had so much fun doing this. We're trying to make every Monday night. We're getting a lot of positive feedback out of it. The guys seem to be enjoying it. It gives them a chance to go back and watch some stuff and see where they're making some mistakes. So we're going to look through the first 4 races. So the first race of the season was at Australia with Rated, Murph, and Logical. Your podium finishes there. Second week of the season at Imola. Podium finishes there with Cooper with the win. Logical and Murph, again, your podium spots. Then we went on to Bahrain, and it was Affinity taking the win there. Affinity is here tonight. So we have 2 out of our 3 race winners here with us tonight. BFD and Logical on the podium there at Bahrain. And then we go on to Saudi Arabia. It was last week, and it was Rated coming back and taking the win. Logical once again in second. So Logical has been on the podium all 4 races. Cooper in third. Murph just off the podium at Saudi Arabia, finishing in 4th. FNW has been really fast all year, but he has had some really bad luck. I don't see either one of the Kicksauber cars here tonight, either FNW or AJB. So that's going to open up the door in the constructors. I don't have the constructors' points anywhere. All I see is drivers standing. So, but I would have to say, looking at the standings, Team Mercedes has got to be pretty close out to the front with both drivers scoring points. And let's see who else is in the field here. The Haas cars could be pretty good with Affinity and Big Fat Door, so we'll see how this plays out here tonight. Spain, good high-speed track. Like I said, 14 corners. Should see a lot of passing here. That big, long DRS zone down the front straightaway should translate over to a lot of passes going down that front straightaway, so we'll see how that works out tonight. We are now about, I guess maybe I started a little too soon because I'm not the best at stretching time, but we got about 4 minutes left till qualifying. So we'll talk a little bit about some of our sponsors on the stream right there. So DRSN, Dirt Racing Sim News, Discord channel. We kind of organize a lot of the World of Outlaw races on, league schedules, race winners, so on. We're gonna shut the doors on that toward the end of this month. We're gonna leave the Discord open, but we're not gonna actively track race wins and schedules on there anymore. Dirt Racing Rewind. If you enjoy watching older races, dirt track races, we got races on there all the way back to like 1960. It's a channel we've been doing for quite a while. So if you like watching some of these kind of nostalgic races, jump on Dirt Racing Rewind on YouTube. We've been trying to build that up for a while. We're getting really close to our 1,000 subscribers. So if you're out there and you're not subscribed, jump on there, hit the button for us. Appreciate that. Same thing here with Twitch. We're up to 157 followers here on the Twitch channel. So I don't know what we're going to do from here on. We're going to cover these F1 races on Mondays when we can. I'm sure we'll miss a few here and there, but we're also going to maybe get into doing a little bit of iRacing. So we're going to jump over here real quick. You guys are still running practice right now. So far, Cooper has been the top of the list here in practice with a 12.9. Murph right there to 13.8. So Cooper almost a second ahead of the field right now in practice. Maybe he went out with we don't know the situation. Maybe he went out with a lower fuel load or something like that. But you can see the 12 drivers we have for tonight with Coop, Murph, Logical topping the charts right now here in practice. And we are just a couple minutes away from getting qualifying starting. We're still trying to learn all the settings here on this. Let's see, we only got 2 camera views, but it'd be nice if we had some more. So nice thing is we can scroll through every driver a lot easier than we can through when we're doing World of Outlaw races. So this makes it a lot more fun looking through things. So it looks like everybody's kind of winding down practice here. We've got BFD out on the track, Infiniti and the 2 Haas cars. Looks like Nova crashed out that one Williams car. And Wampus out here running. Looks like he's running a hot lap here, trying to get good stuff. One more practice lap in here before we start qualifying. 1 minute till qualifying. We're hearing the officials in our ear. So we'll see if we can get a 4th different winner tonight. Cooper with 1 win, Infiniti with a win, and Rated with 2. Rated not here tonight, so... Oh, as I say that, Rated pops into practice at the last second. So we do have all 3 race winners here with us at Spain. Rated just jumped into the lobby with Cooper. So we got both the Racing Bull cars here with Rated and Rambo. Looks like Shelling's missing his team out. I'm not sure who the other Red Bull car is, but... So Coop laying down the lap here in practice. Let's see if he can do the same thing in qualifying. As we watch Wampus over here kind of trying to smooth out the gravel there. Off of turn 13. Going into 14 down there. I think he thought the gravel looked a little rough, so he's going to try to smooth it down for the crew. All right. Practice looks to be over. We're going to move on to qualifying. We'll jump back over to the studio while qualifying's getting running. Well, appreciate you being here with us at DRSN. As we cover some F1 races, what else we're going to do for the rest of the week, but definitely be here tonight. We'll try to pick up a World of Outlaw race here somewhere this week with somebody. All right, so we're going to jump over to qualifying here. All right, it's 13 drivers here at Spain. I don't know how many laps a race is going to be. Most races have been between about 26 and 29. I would expect just to be in the 29, maybe 30 laps, as short as the lap times are here. All right, we'll jump into qualifying and see who can put it on the pole here at Spain. Looking at lap times there in practice, it's going to come down to Coop, Murph, Logical, or maybe Rady. Rady didn't get a time down, so we'll see where he comes in here. League of Misfits here at Spain. All right, so for everybody in the pit, timer has started, a 17-minute timer. We just run one qualifying session. Don't run the traditional. They don't run the traditional Q1, Q2, Q3. It's just one session. So we will jump over back to the main feed. See if we can get anybody on the track right now. Everybody sitting in the pits, getting their settings right. I don't know. I don't remember who was on the pole last week. I don't have that in front of me. I just have the results. But again, last week's winner was Rated Logical and Cooper, your top 3 last week. They're all here tonight, so see if one of those guys can pick up a win. Season 1 winner, Season 1 champion for League of Misfits was Murph. Season 2 was Yogurt. Yogurt is not participating this season. I think he's hung it up for a while. Maybe we'll come see him back around at F125. Took a look at F125 today. It's looking really good. It's especially since they're limited to the new consoles. It's gonna really improve the graphics on it. See if you get a chance to go out and check out some of the videos on it. It looks like it's gonna be really nice. Anxious to see it when it gets out. All right. Where are we at here? All right, so we got a few guys out on an outlap right here. Nathan, there we're looking at Nathan on an outlap. Let's see if we can get some telemetry up here. There we go. So Nathan on an outlap right now. We've got Cold Dirt out there on an outlap for Team Mercedes. BFD and Cooper on a outlap right now. Where is Cooper on the track? Cooper's coming around 13 and 14. So he looks to be the first car that's going to try to lay down a hot lap for us. We'll keep an eye on this lap right here with Cooper to see what he can lay down. He ran a 12.9 in practice to see if he can better that here as he's taking his first hot lap. Got that battery charged up. DRS open down that long front straightaway down into turn number 1. Makes a good entry through 1 and 2. Oh, a little wiggle there. Off of turn number 2 into 3. Let's see if that's going to hurt his lap a little bit. Let's see what he can do with it. See, he's got one of the ghosted Williams cars there in front of him. See if that distracts him a little bit. Sometimes even though they're ghosted, no, he's going to drive right there. It's not going to bother him. Cooper now going down. It's 5. Going to 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to learn it as we go here. This little chicane here through 7 and 8. Up that long straightaway into turn number 9, back into the next DRS zone down between turns 9 and 10 here. It's got a good sector going through sector 2. A 15.2 right there through sector 2. Let's see what he can get. See if he can best that time he laid down in practice for the 29. Cooper's going to be the first one to set the pace. Going to put the pressure on the rest of the field. Let's see what he can put down here as he comes off the last corner down the long straightaway. He's going to cross the line with a 13.558. That is going to be the time to beat. That's provisional pole right now with Cooper with a 13.558. We're going to see jump around here, see who else we got on a flyer. It looks like Nathan's going to come in with a 14.85. He's going to be P2 right now, but he's over 1.3 seconds behind Cooper. Who else we have on the track? It looks like we've got Cold Dirt laying down a great time. Comes in, going to take that provisional pole away from Cooper with a 13.355. Besting Cooper by 0.2 of a second there to take top spot. Looks like one of the Ferraris coming down across the line. Oh, it was a Haas of BFD. I just see the red dot on the screen. I'm just trying to guess what it is. So BFD going to sneak his way into the P3 there between Cooper and Nathan. But he is almost a full second off of the pole position right now. So let's see if he can get a better time as we go throughout these qualifying session here in Q1. I guess it's Q1, Q2, and 3 all combined. Let's see who else we got going on. We got Wampus here. Looks like he's coming around on his flyer. He's going to make his way around that last corner into 13, down the little short straightaway into 14. And he is going to cross the line with a 1:15.285. Almost 2 full seconds off the top spot. Wampus getting his lap in. Rambo coming in right behind that. Rated going to knock him all off the top of the charts as Rated comes in here. Doesn't even have any practice with the group. Comes in with a 12.587. 0.8 of a second over the second place car, Cold Dirt. Let's see who else we got going around. Looks like maybe we got Murph going down through 13 and 14. I think Hype's going to be right in front of him there. Let's see what Murph can put down for his first lap. He's going to come off that last corner down the long straightaway. And it looks like maybe he just started his first lap, so we'll see where he ends up at. So right now it's Rated on the top spot. Let's see where we get here. We'll watch Murph make this lap right here. Logical still sitting in the pits. Logical must be feeling pretty confident. He's going to sit to the last minute, just come out, put down lap, and walk away. So we're going to watch Murph go through sector 1 to 21. I'm not sure how that's comparing, but I don't. Looks like he might have been purple on sector 1. He's going to come through sector 2 right here, up through 7 and 8. Let's see if he can best his time. It looks like he might be getting a little bit of a draft, a little bit of a slipstream from Hype right there in front of him. We got teammates working together here. Hype right in front of Murph. Murph getting a good little slipstream. He's going to come through sector 2. Didn't quite see. I don't think that was purple, but he's running a pretty good lap down right here. Let's see if he can get up into that top spot and knock Rated off the top of the charts. Makes his way through 13 and 14. Hype right there in front of him. The two Ferraris tag teaming it here on this qualifying lap. Hype's going to cross the line. Murph's going to cross the line fourth with a 13.46. Hype's going to come in eighth at a 15.12. So we got Rated, Coop, Cold Dirt, and Murph, your top four right now. It looks like we might have a Logical on an out lap. We'll see where he's at here. So it looks like he's on his out lap right now. Hasn't started his hot lap yet. All right, who else we got on the track out here? It looks like, is that Cooper with another lap? Let's see here. Cooper pulling in. All right, we'll watch Rated Logical here with his first lap here in qualifying. As he comes off the last corner on the 14 down that long straightaway, he's going to start his first lap. See if he can get his way up in that the top three spots. Right now, Rated with a 12.5 is the best of the field. All right, turn this down to my ear a little bit here. There we go. All right. Logical making his way up through turn number 4. Get down to that tight turn number 5 and let's see if he can get a good. It looks like he's going to be purple through that first sector. Let's see what he can do here through sector 2. As he's making his way up to that chicane, that little short chicane through turns 7 and 8. You see, he's been using up that battery. He is using all the power he's got here to try to get himself up to the front of this field. He's like he's getting a little bit of a slipstream from the car there in front of him. Can't quite tell who that is. It looks like it might be one of the Red Bull. Logical through sector 2. He's going to make his way up into turns 13 and 14. That little short straightaway. Make his way down to the last corner here at 14. Down towards the start finish line. Let's see where he's going to get. Looks like he's got a good lap coming. He's going to be right there with him. A 13.136 is going to put him third. P3 for Logical on his first lap out. And we have about 9 minutes left here in qualifying. So both Mercedes, third and fourth right now, Rated with the best time in that Racing Bull at a 1:12.587. And he looks like he's sitting in the pits. Let's see what Cooper can do. He is out on an out lap right now, getting ready to run another lap. Let's see if we got anybody on a hot lap here. It looks like we have Cold Dirt. Trying to watch the times here. So it looks like Cole in that second Mercedes. He's going to try to get a lap down here. Let's see if he can move himself up from that P4 spot. I'm looking at Logical. Sorry, there we go. We'll go down to Cole right there. There we are. As he makes his way up to the last corner number 14. Makes that big right-hander down the front straightaway to the start-finish line. Let's see where he ends up. Doesn't look like he bests his time. He's going to stay P4 with a 3.55. That last one was a 5.46, so just not quite enough. And we got Cooper starting to fly right here. Let's see if he can get ahead of Rated. Let's see who else we got going here. It looks like we got most of the cars in the pits. Cooper here trying to move up from that P2 spot. See if he can knock Rated off the pole. And he looks to go purple through sector 1. Let's see if he can do the same through sector 2. He makes his way up through turns 8 and 9 to that little chicane, up that little short straightaway, up to turn number 9. Down that second DRS straightaway. Let's see, he's going to hit sector 2 right here. Let's see if he can make it purple as well. And he does. He is now purple through sectors 1 and 2. If he can keep up this pace, he is going to knock Rated off of that top spot. Let's see what he can do here. as he's making his way up through the last couple of corners. And did Rated just improve his time a little bit? It looks like he might have with a 5.87 there. But Cooper's coming off the last corner, coming down that long straightaway. Here he comes. And he is going to take P1 away from Rated with a 5.75, just 1/100th of a second. Better than Rated. Cooper moves up to the top spot. Let's scroll through the rest of the field here and see who we have. See if we got anybody out. We got Rambo back here. Let's see who else we have. Anybody else gone? Everybody else on a hot lap here. It looks like Rambo might be as he's making his way up to the back, but I think Russ is just ahead of him there. Now we'll get Rambo first. Looks like Rated might be getting a little bit of draft here on his hot lap. Let's see what he does here. See if he takes that. He's going to take that top spot back 0.2 of a second over Cooper. Rated back into P1. Purple all the way around. Let's see if we got Cole here on another flyer. He's coming off that last corner. See if he can better that P4 spot. It doesn't look like he's going to, as he's about 0.3 of a second or 0.3 of a second slower than his best time. It looks like this pole position is going to come down between Rated and Cooper. So we got Cooper out on another hot lap here. It looks like he is. He just started his another hot lap. Let's see what he does with it. As he has done that long straightaway into turn number 1. A lot of high-speed corners here at Barcelona. Just a little tight section here through turns 5, 6, 7, and 8. But the rest of it's pretty high speed. So let's see what he can do here. As he goes purple in the first sector, trying to take that top spot away from Rated. Making his way up that chicane through 7 and 8. Let's see if he can keep that pace up. Where's Rated on the track? Looks like Rated might be into the pits here. So Rated into the pits with 5 minutes left to go in the session. Cooper trying to take that spot away. We've also got Logical on a flyer on the track right, but it looks like Cooper had to scrub the lap. Didn't see what happened. He must have missed a corner or something, but he is off the pace, scrubbed this lap out. Let's see if we can find anybody else on a flyer. It looks like we might have Affinity in the pits. Yeah, it looks like Shelling might be on a hot lap, but I think we're going to get Logical coming across the line first as Logical goes purple in Sector 2. We have a caution back there in Sector 2. I'm not sure who it was. It looks like maybe one of the Racing Bull cars. I'm not sure with all the colors yet. But here comes the Logical into the last corner, 14. Going to come off that right-hand corner down to the straightaway, down to the start-finish line to see if he can move his way up from P3. And he is not going to do it. Looked like he improved his time just a little bit, but still stays in P3. Looks like he might be going on another hot lap here. So right now we've got Rated and Cooper in the pits. It looks like they must be happy with their times. We've got Murph coming out of the pits here for another hot lap. The Red Bull cars back here with Shelling and Nathan. Sitting in this 9th and 10th spot trying to make some laps. We see Wampus back there. He's already out of practice. All right, so we got Logical and looks like Murph's out on an out lap right now. So we got Logical on a hot lap. Let's see what he can do here. He's currently about 0.6 off the lead right now. Let's see if he can make his way to P1. I don't think Logical's had a pole yet this season. See, he makes his way up through turns 11 and 12. Gonna work his way through turn 13, that little straightaway. Let's see if he can move himself up here. It looks like he's got to. Oh, he's gonna scrub that lap and pull into the pits. Got me all excited for nothing. So let's see, who do we have on an out lap? We have Cole, Murph, Rusted, and BFD out on out laps right now. All right, it looks like Murph's gonna come off this last corner on his last hot lap of this session. He's got that wing open down that long front straightaway down there in turn number 1. Let's see if he can move up from 5th. A little wide off of 3 right there. Got a little wiggle. Let's see if that's going to hurt him. I see he's making his way up through turn number 4, the big right-hander. Let's see here. All right, it looks like Murph's still on a hot lap here. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can move up to at least P4. We didn't see enough pace from him out of practice to move up in that top spot, but let's see if he finds something here in his last lap here in qualifying. I think he's the last one out there on a hot lap right now. A couple cars there in front of him. I think we might have... Oh, Murph's going to go purple in Sector 2. Let's see if he can keep that pace up. Because he's making his way up into the last couple of corners, up into 13, and that short little straightaway to 14. He's going to make his way off that last right-hand corner down to the start-finish line. Let's see what he can do right here. It's a 13.4. Murph's going to improve his time, move up to P3 with a 12.918. Move his way up ahead of Logical, up into P3. Nice lap there for Murph. Let's see if we can get somebody else out here on a hot lap. It looks like we might have... Is that one of the Red Bull cars? Who's that white car? Oh, saw somebody... Oh, rusted off the track back here. That's going to bring out a temporary caution. It looks like we might have cold dirt here on a hot lap as he comes off the last corner. Let's see if he can improve his time. He's at a 13.35. It doesn't look like he's going to. Matter of fact, that's a 1:16, so he was way off the pacer on that lap. We got caution in Sector 2. It looks like... I see a... Is that a... Who's the red car stopped there? I can't tell who it is. They reset whoever it was. Looks like Rated's going to go back out and try to get one more lap, and looks like we got a few guys trying to get another lap in. All right, so it looks like Cooper made it across the line before the checker came out. We have a caution in Sector 3 now, and one in Sector 2. I can't tell who it is, but... And it looks like that might have ruined Cooper's lap with that caution through Sector 2. And this just might be the end of it here. We got caution. Rated goes purple through Sector 1. Let's see if that caution clears up in Sector 2 where he can... It looks like he's going to be free to go, so let's see what he can do through Sector 2. Again, we got a caution in Sector 3. They're kind of popping up everywhere. I think Rated is probably... Let's see who else is out here on a hot lap. Doesn't look like Logical is. And I think Cooper got his lap kind of messed up there in Sector 2, but let's see if he can do anything here. Oh, it looks like he did. He wasn't. He didn't slow down there for that caution. He's going to go with a 12.271, put him to P1, right ahead of Rated. Rated's going to try to prove his time right here, see if he can take that top spot back from Cooper as he comes up to the last corner, corner number 14, makes a right-hand turn down that straightaway to the start-finish line. He's looking like he's got a good time laid down here, but he is not going to do it. What is that time? It looks like about 0.08 of a second between Cooper and Rated for that top spot. Looks like we got Murph here on a hot lap. Oh, looks like that's going to end it right there. I didn't see what it was. So it looks like Cooper snuck in there and took the pole at the last second away from Rated. I think Logical was still in third. It's going to come up right here to go right now. So Cooper, Rated, Logical, Murph up into P4.
It's all good.
Colder at Nova,
No
BFD,
problem.
Affinity, Shelling, and Nathan, your top 10. Rambo, Hype, and Wampus, you're going to round out the field. So 13 cars here going to Spain. All right, so great qualifying there. Cooper just taking it away at the last second. Rated, I thought Rated might have had a shot there as he crossed the line, but just 87 thousandths of a second. 87 hundredths, is that the right way to say it? I don't know. 800s, let's just say it that way. What happened to my hat? I lost my lucky hat. All right. All right, back in the studio, got the lucky hat on. I don't know why I need luck. I'm not racing. I'm just sitting there talking. So Cooper and Rated on the front row. Logical, Murph filling up row number 2. We got the Team Racing Bull in our ear, kind of talking strategy over. It'd be kind of cool if we could jump around from each team chat to see what they're talking about, but we won't give away anything. Rated on the pole here for race number 5, season number 3 for the League of Misfits. Let's see if he can pick up his 3rd win of the season. He's looking really good. Cooper looking like he's going to give him a fight. Tire strategy is going to come into play. It doesn't look like weather is going to be an issue today. It looks like the weather's going to be clear. We've had rain in a couple of the races, and we tend to at least have 1 safety car per event, so we'll see how that goes tonight. It sounds like some of the teams are planning for safety cars, so. All right, so welcome to the stream tonight. DRSN covering F1. We've been doing this on Monday nights for the League of Misfits. Just kind of trying to broaden our horizon a little bit. Oh, it looks like we're getting ready to go racing. Lights are on. And we are lights out for Spain. Cooper's going to get a good start here. So it's Cooper going to take the lead down into the turn number 1. Murph with a really good start. Works his way up into 3rd. Actually, almost works his way all the way up into 2nd. It's Cooper, Rated, and Murph, your top 3 right now. Logical sitting in 4th. Big Fat Door in 5th. So Cooper with a good start is going to get about a car length on Rated right now. Murph with a good strong run here at the start. All over the back wing. As I say, the gearbox are rated here. So these top 3 right now getting a little bit of a breakaway. Not much. As we will go 33 laps here at Spain. We're going to go, you know what? It'd be nice if I turned the damn stream on for you. There you go. Sorry about that. Damn rookie mistake. So Cooper, Rated, and Murph. It looks like Murph's the only car on softs to start this race off. I think he's hoping he can get to the front here. So let's see what we can get here. See if we can get some detail on tires. So it looks like Murph, Schelling, and Hype all started out this race on softs. Most everybody else. So we got everybody with different strategies. We've got Cooper and Rated on mediums. Logical back there in 4th on the hards. Murph hoping to get out and set a pace here early on the softs. But right now it's Cooper and Rated out in front as they come around for complete the first lap. And the cars will go unghosted. So they run ghosted for like the first lap like that. And then it's back to full contact. So let's see here. Let me get my... There we go. All right. Cooper, Rated, and Murphy, your top 3. They got about a 1.5 seconds back to Logical. So they've broken away from Logical and that DRS advantage. So we're going to go... Oh, it looks like Rated going to look to the outside. Down here in turns number 5, kind of an unusual place to look for a pass. But he's going to make it work. He's going to sweep underneath Cooper there for turn 6. Nope, he's going to fall back. Oh, what happened to Murph there? It looks like Murph with a little problem. It looks like he fell back to 4th. Maybe with a little slip as he fell back. He was right up there, right up on the back bumper, the top 2. Or the gearbox. They don't have bumpers on them, I guess. But he fell back into the clutch of the Logical. He started on softs to try to get a little advantage. It looks like it hasn't quite worked out for this first lap. So we go back up here to this fight in the front. DRS will be enabled as we cross the line the next time. As Rated is all over the back of Cooper here. Got a couple little fights going on. Let's see what goes on up here. So we're going to go down that long straightaway. It looks like DRS is now enabled, and Rated's going to take a run down that front straightaway and going to make the pass on Cooper going into the first turn. We look back, but Murph has also made the pass on Logical as he goes down in turn number 1. As he's going to move up into 3rd. Logical and 4th. Schelling right there. Oh, Logical dips back up underneath as they make their way to the corner. But Murph's going to have the inside going into turn number 5. And it's going to take that 3rd spot back. As this fight for 3rd and 4th has already fallen 3.5 seconds back behind the leaders. But Rated has now made his way to the front with Cooper in 2nd. A little lock up there from him. Doesn't look like it hurt too much. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Mama Wong. Cooper still within DRS ranges. Where are they at on the track here? They're coming up that little short straightaway between 9 and 10. He's got the DRS open, but I don't think there's enough of a run right here to really do much with him. So let's see if he can tuck up behind him and have a run down that long front straightaway. So we got a few cars right on top of each other. Murph still about 3.5 seconds back. Logical right there behind him in 4th. Big Fat Door. Oh, Big Fat Door switching spots with Schelling as they're side by side here. They come off that last corner down. Oh, excuse me, that's turn 13. They're coming off the last corner now down the long straightaway. And we're looking up at the intervals with Cooper and Rated. It doesn't look like he's made up enough ground there to make a pass into 1. But it looks like BFD is going to get back around Schelling. They're going to fight back and forth. Schelling tucks up underneath as they go down through 1 and 2 here. And we are looking up at the leaders. It looks like maybe Murph with a little bit of a bobble again as Logical's now closed up on the back of his, on the gearbox of his car. I keep saying back bumper, gearbox, rear wing, whatever. I'll come up with something and stick with it eventually. So here's our fight for 3rd and 4th. Logical right up on the back of Murph. Is where are they at on the track? It looks like they're going through 7 and 8. So they're going to make their way in that little short DRS section between 9 and 10. Let's see if Logical can do something. I don't think he's going to be close enough as he falls back about a half a second. But this fight for 3rd and 4th is now 4.5 seconds back off the leaders. But Radiant Coupe just setting a blistering pace as they are pulling away from the rest of the field. Oh, Murph with this gets a little sideways there in turn, what was that, turn 11, and that's going to give that 3rd spot over to Logical. It looks like maybe the softs have worn out a little quick. Get back up here to the front. We got Cooper now running up on the back of Radiant all the way down in turn 1. Is he going to take a last late minute dive? It doesn't look like it. He's going to tuck in behind, be patient, and not do anything stupid. So Cooper now right on the back of Radiant here for that top spot. And let's see, we're going to look through the back of the field here. It looks like maybe BFD, got BFD, Schelling, and Affinity all fighting right here for 5th, 6th, and 7th. As it looks like we got a little bit of a Schelling DRS train going all the way from 5th all the way back to 9th, all tucked in right here, just trying to find the gap somewhere where they can make a move. Looks like Hype's got himself in this battle. So we got BFD, Affinity, Schelling, Hype, Nathan, all right here in this DRS train, just trying to find a way around. Just watching some other gaps right here to see if anybody's got anything on. Looks like Murph might be closing up on the back of Logical here. Where are they at on the track? They're going to come up into that last little DRS section through 9 and 10 as well. Looks like Murph's been really good on the soft speed. He made just a couple little mistakes that has cost him. And let's see if he can get back. Oh, and he spins right there as they go into 13. I didn't see what happened there. Was there a little contact to the back of him? But Murph turns around into the gravel, and that's going to be a caution in Sector 3. Is he going to be able to get going? He is. He's waiting for the cars to go by, so he's going to get back out on the track. And it looks like Murph might be done for the night. So it looks like we're... All right, so that's one car out of the race. Team Ferrari. Murph, 3rd in points, is going to be out for this race here at Spain. We got fight still up front with Radiant and Cooper, and they have moved 7 seconds away from Logical here. And Radiant is starting to put a little more distance on Cooper. He's trying to get away from that DRS, get away at least 1 second ahead. We're 6 laps into this 33-lap race. And it looks like we may have broken up that DRS train there. Schelling's now moved up into 4th, BFD there in 5th, still close behind Affinity and Nathan all right there. In the meantime, Rady has put over a second on Cooper, so Cooper no longer a DRS. Let's see if Rady can start extend that lead a little bit. So we're 7 laps in. These guys all started on mediums. I'm assuming pit window's going to be somewhere around maybe 15, maybe 14, somewhere around there, I'm guessing. So your top 3 right now, Rady, Cooper, and Logical. Let's see if we can find a fight back here. So it looks like BFD trying to close up on the back of Schelling, both the Haas cars right there. Behind that Red Bull is Schelling. I think Schelling was started the race on softs. Let's see what we got here. He did. So Schelling, the top car right now on that soft tire. BFD, and we've got a whole plethora of different tires up here in this top 5 right now. A whole collection of them. So Schelling on the softs, Big Fat Door on the mediums, Affinity there on the hards. But it looks like Schelling might be getting those. Might get some life out of those softs here, and let's see how far he can go. I'm assuming he's going to be a one-stop to hards. Oh, little contact there between the Team Haas cars as BFD is going to move up out of the way from Affinity. But it looked like Affinity got in a little deep there. They made a little bit of contact. And Affinity's not going to move up in that top spot. Affinity was our week 3 winner, I believe. was the week three winner Bahrain. He's now moved up into 5th with his teammate in that other Hascar BFD right behind him, as he now sets his sights on Schelling to see if he can move up into that top spot, into 4th spot. Sorry, not the top spot. But meantime, we look up towards the front. Radio has now put 2 seconds on Cooper, so once he broke that DRS away from Cooper, he's been able to stretch it out. All right, so we got a little replay from, can't really show it to you, but I can look at it. So we got a little replay from Murph. She was coming up behind Logical into that corner. Not sure what happened here, but he sent us in a little video so we can watch it. I don't know how I have any way to show it to you guys, but trying to see what. Oh, he just kind of. That was something. Just kind of something glitch in the game. They just kind of reached out and grabbed him and spun him around. So I guess that's what happens to us sometimes in sim racing. These goofy things like that. So Murph looked like he had a good run going, but a little glitch in the game. We had that a few races ago too, where the game told FNW to pass the safety car, and he did. And then it black flagged him, so it just DQ'd him right away. So unfortunately, sometimes these sim racing gods just aren't in our favor. We're looking at this race here for 5th and 6th. It looks like about the best race we got on the track right now, and it's between the two Haas cars. It looks like BFD might just kind of be tucking in behind an Affinity, not trying to get in the way and slow him down and ruin Affinity's fight, trying to catch Schelling here. But we look up here from Big Fat Door, and you can see Affinity up on the outside. Oh, tries to make the outside work going up into turn number 4. That's kind of a gutsy move right there. Let's see if he can make it work. So that was I don't think I've seen anybody try that yet here on this track. So that was a pretty gutsy move there from Affinity, trying to go around the outside of Schelling. Hell, I've raced with Schelling. That's a pretty gutsy move to go on the outside of Schelling anywhere, much less in that position. So we can see here from BFD looking up towards Affinity and Schelling here as we're finishing. We're in the middle of lap number 9. Sorry, Schelling, it had to be said. And Affinity going to go up on the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there, and they're going to both run off the track. And that's going to let BFD get a 2-fer. So he's going to move up from 6th to 4th. Let's see if we can get back here. So it looks like that is going to cost Affinity and Schelling both about 3 or 4 spots. So a little bit of contact there. It looks like maybe Affinity ran just a little bit wide, and Schelling kind of tried to hold them at the same time. And they made a little bit of contact here. We'll see if there's any kind of review or penalty from there on that contact. In the meantime, it doesn't look like it hurt Affinity's car too much, because he's making another run at Schelling down here, going down in turn number 1. As he's going to try to take a little bit more contact there. I didn't see what happened there, but it looks like was that. I don't know. I didn't really see what happened. I don't really want to guess, but it looked like Affinity had a good move on the inside of Schelling, and then from what I could tell, because we were on, I wish I'd been on the other camera. But from what I could tell from being on the in-car there with Affinity, his car kind of got hooked a little bit on the right rear, and that kind of turned him up the track into the gravel. So that's going to put Affinity towards the back. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd have been on this view here when that happened. We could have seen really what happened, but we'll see what happens with Affinity as he is back up and going. And looks like he's lost that end plate on the left side of the wing. So let's see if he's going to come in and change that wing and get some different tires on. I don't want to make any assumptions of what happened there, but it almost looked like Affinity got a run down him all the way down into turn 1, and Schelling kind of caught his right rear, but I didn't really see it, so I can't really assess it fully. So we've got Schelling now coming into the pits, getting off those soft tires that he started on. Good stop from Team Red Bull. Is Schelling going to come out of the pits? Affinity now also in the pits to change some tires. Oh, actually, no, he's going to stay out with that broken left front wing. The end plate gone off of it, and it looks like a little bit of the wing's gone too, so you thought he would have came in and got some tires. So Schelling, the first car to pit. Maybe it looks like Hype went to some hards too, so Hype started on soft. She's on hards now, so not a lot of racing going on. We've had most of the racing in the League of Misfits has been really tight and exciting every week, but this field's pretty spread out right now. As you can see, Rated has now put about almost 4.5 to 5 seconds on Cooper in that second position. You know, if there was any chance of an undercut there by Cooper, he'd have to be within about 2 to 2.5 seconds. So I think Rated stretched out enough of a lead to get rid of it, to cancel out any chance of an undercut. But our top three pretty settled in. Big Fat Door 13 seconds back of Logical, as he's kind of got clear of that battle he had with Schelling and all those guys there for a while. We look back through the field. So Schelling now on, what's he on there? A new set of mediums. He's going to start on softs, going to the mediums. I think it's going to be tough to stretch those out for the rest of the race, but we'll see what he does, as he is closing back up on the back of Affinity now. Affinity still has not pitted with that broken wing. We saw it with FNW last week. FNW ran like well over half the race with a broken wing, made it work, ended up coming home in 5th. But Affinity is definitely going to have to come and get that wing changed. I think he's hoping for a safety car. I thought, you know, we had a couple incidents already. I think if we were going to see a safety car, we'd have saw it already. So we have no tight battles on the track right now. Everybody at least over a second and a half away from each other. Rated out in front and by almost 5 seconds now. Just keep stretching that lead out over Cooper. Logical in third. Kind of holding about a same distance back to Cooper. About 8.5 seconds, but he's not making up any ground. Let's see if we can have anybody. All right, we look back here to Schelling because he's closing up on Affinity now by a second and a half. I think we'll stay on this fight right here and see what happens if Schelling does make it up onto the back of Affinity and try to get that spot back. I sure would have thought Affinity would have came in and pitted by now. But we'll see what happens here. Schelling's now made his way after that pit stop. He kind of hanging back right there. I don't know if he was expecting maybe some retaliation from Affinity there, but you could kind of see Schelling was a little hesitant there, hanging back behind him as Affinity finally makes his way into the pits. But that's kind of what it looked like to me. Appreciate you guys out there on the stream watching this. All right, what do we got? We got Rambo here, about a second half back from Nathan, trying to work his way up into 6th. Have we got anybody? Let's see who's all pitted here. So just Schelling, Hype, and Affinity now have all came in for their mandatory stop. Wampus has moved his way up to 9th from that 13th starting position. Maybe he can get a safety car. Yeah, he did start the race on hard, so let's see how far he can go on it. But top two cars both started on mediums, and like I said, I was guessing pit stops were going to be somewhere between laps 14 and 17. Let's see when they come in and get those mediums off. Oh, we've got a caution in Sector 1. It looks like whoever it was, they got it going again. They might have just drifted off the track real quick. All right, there we go. So Rated now just keeps pulling away here. This will be Rated's third win if he can hold on. He's now almost 5.5 seconds ahead of Cooper. It looks like we might have a fight going for 4th and 5th here. Let's see if we can get some excitement. You're just not listening to me talk. Let's see if we can see some action here. This Cold Dirt is now worked up onto the back of Big Fat Doors, about a half a second back. He's going to have DRS. As where are they working their way up to? They're working their way up through 7 and 8. So he's going to get some DRS as they come off a turn. Now a little wide there. It looks like BFD with a little bobble, and Cold Dirt went a little bit wide to avoid him as they make their way up into turn number 9. And BFD is going to kind of move over and let Cole have that spot. Oh, but Cole gets sideways entering turn 10. Off into the gravel he goes, and BFD goes by, and it looks like he's only going to lose that one spot, but right behind him is now going to be Nathan and Rambo. So a little fight going back and forth there with BFD. Rated comes in for his pit stop, lap 15. Cooper also right in behind him. Get back here. So we got this fight going on here with Rambo, Colder, and Nathan. Nathan's going to pull in the pit for his stop. It looks like we got Cooper with a penalty. I didn't see what it was for. It probably flashed up on the screen. I wasn't paying attention. The Wampus now worked his way up to 8th from 13th, but still has not pitted. He got the two Williams cars right there, 7th and 8th. Russ has some good runs here of late, but it doesn't look like his track fitness style very much because he is kind of running back here about where he started out. Let's see if he can make up any ground. He's got Wampus right behind him, about 4 seconds back. Rambo right in front of that pair. And Rambo's about a little over a second behind Colder. Let's see if he can work his way up into DRS. All right, so we got Logical up here. Logical started on the hards, I believe. He did, so let's see how far Logical's going to try to stretch these tires. He did this last week. Oh, we got a caution in Sector 2. That's cleared up real quick. So Logical tried to do a little bit alternate last week. It didn't really help him out. He went really long and went to some softs at the end, but still was not able to make up the ground on a rated. So let's see. I think he's going to try to do the same thing this week. We'll see how it works out. Even without the stop, rated is only 5 seconds back of him. So if we're Logical were to pit right now, I'm guessing it's probably about a 20-second stop. He's going to come out about 15 seconds behind. So I think he's just going to kind of hold on here. I think the only chance he has is to hold on and hope for a safety car. But we've already had a couple instances in this. I mean, normally you see these safety cars just kind of come out left and right, but they don't seem to be coming out very quickly today. All right, so we'll scroll back through the field. Still looking back here at Wampus here in that 7th spot. Right in front of him, the other Williams car, Nova in 6th. We got BFD back here just coming out of the pits for his stop. So it looks like from about Logical and then from about 4th to 7th, all have not pitted yet. I'm pretty sure Colder did not pit. No, he hasn't. So, and we do have Cooper with a penalty. I'm not sure how long it is, but he did get a penalty. I'm guessing it's 5 seconds at least. As we are looking at Wampus here, giving up that position to BFD. And Wampus is going to take that back. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it kind of looks like they're racing like a safety car's on, but I don't see one. So BFD gets around Wampus, and then Wampus takes it right back. BFD's came in and pitted. And he's going to have a line down here going into, there we go, 7 and 8 there. It looks like BFD is going to make the pass, and so is Schelling getting around Wampus. Wampus still yet to pit. So here's our fight with Schelling and BFD. Schelling going to get around on the outside there and take that 7th spot away. And let's see if BFD can run him down here. He's going to have the DRS going down this long front straightaway down in turn number 1. Let's see if he can make a late dive here. He is right up on the gearbox. He is. He's going to make a late dive to the inside. And he's going to make that pass on Schelling there for 7th. Put Schelling back to that 8th position. Still looking up at the leaders. Got a good separation. Rated is almost caught Logical, even without the pit stop. Only about 3 seconds back. Logical's really got to be hoping for a safety car here. And I don't know if he's going to get one or not. We've had some tight racing, but a couple cars off the track, but no safety cars yet. So we're on this fight here with Schelling and BFD as they're going to come up in this little, around turn 13. They just come through that little DRS zone through 9 and 10. So they're going to come up around the last corner through 13 and 14. Oh, no, here we go. I was looking at the map wrong. Sorry. They got this little short sheet here with the DRS. Come up and then turn 10, but Schelling not able to. He made a late dive. BFD I just kind of moved out of his way there. I think he was kind of looking in his mirror and maybe felt he was going to get run over, so he moved out of the way. So, but he's going to have DRS as they come down this, come off of 14 down to that long front straightaway again. I keep saying long front straightaway because it is. So let's see what BFD can do here again. So once again, he's got that run down into the turn number 1. He is going to look to the inside and take that 7th place away. Let's see if he can get enough of a gap here before they get back up to the other DRS zone after turn 9. So they're just kind of swapping this 7th place back and forth. So if we look up, I'm kind of watching that gap up towards the front because Rated has almost caught Logical here for that top spot. Rated and Cooper just outclassing the field here today. And Logical's going to pull into the pits. We're going to stay in this fight right here because it's about the closest thing we got. So here we go. Where are we at on the track? We're coming up out of turn number 8 up to turn 9. And Schelling is right. Oh, we got a car stopped on the track back there in sector 2. It looks like they're going. So here we are again with Schelling. DRS. It looks like BFD is going to give him, and once again, give him that inside. I think he could have protected that a little bit better and got down on the bottom and tried to force Schelling around the outside, but he kind of moved out of the way again there and just kind of gave him that spot. So I think we're going to see it swap again down the front straightaway if BFD can get back up on his back bumper because he's about half a second back now as they come off the last corner down to this DRS zone down the front. Little weaving there from Schelling, but BFD is going to take that spot away again. as they head down at turn number 1. So this is about the best fight we got on the track. It looks like about the only fight we got going on the track right now. So we're kind of stuck with it here, even though it's for 7th and 8th. As Rated is now almost over 7 seconds ahead of Cooper, and Cooper's got at least a 5-second penalty. So where are we on the track? We're going through this little chicane area. The late dive there from Schelling again, and that is going to push BFD to the outside. No contact there as they make their way through turn 7 and 8 here. That little chicane area. So now BFD is going to have the insiders. They head up into turn number 9. And I think he might have been behind there, so that might give him the DRS down this straightaway, which might be a nice advantage. Let's see if we can see here. It did. It gave BFD with a nice little play there, but he moves to the outside again through turn 10. And Schelling back out in front, so let's see if BFD can set him up here again. Down the front straightaway, he is about a half a second behind again. As they now make this last corner onto the front straightaway, down towards the flag stand. You can see that run BFD is just getting off that corner. Schelling just can't really put up much of a fight. He's got to give up that inside. And let's see if BFD can get some separation here, as they are now also closing in on the back of Coldirt. As it looks like Cole now has made his pit stop. Let's see what else we got going. Looks like Rambo may be closing in on the back of Schelling here. See if he can get his way into this fight. Where are we at here? So where are we at on the track? Coming to turn 8 again. Turn through 7 and 8, so we're going to get up on that first little DRS section here. DRS on that little straightaway. They've been kind of passing each other back and forth. Let's see if BFD can protect that inside line into 10. He gets a little wide right there off of 9. Let's see if he can protect. It looks like Schelling's not going to have enough. Late dive there a little bit. Really runs hard into the corner on him, but not able to do anything. And BFD saves a spot this time. So, but now that's going to give Schelling DRS off the last corner. And Rambo's closing in on this fight. So these guys keep swapping positions back and forth here. I think it's kind of slowing them down a little bit. You can see Rambo now. Rambo with DRS on Schelling. We got a little DRS going on here with Schelling, BFD, and Rambo. But BFD did a good job charging that battery up, able to defend down that front straightaway. And even with the DRS, Schelling could not make up enough ground. Kind of watching the times up there with Logical. We got 12 laps left to go on this. I think we might. I'm not sure. Is everybody going to be a one stop? Or are we going to see some guys do a 2 here? Because we do have 11 laps left to go. And let's see. So we got BFD on hards, Schelling and Rambo on mediums right here in this fight. And it's about 7 seconds back to Rusted. Close our fight for 5th, 6th, and 7th. As Rusted and Wampus both made their pit stops, dropped them back in the field. Affinity still trying to make up ground after going off the track with his fight early on. He's back in that 12th spot. And looking up towards the front, the top 3 podium spots are way out in front of everybody. Coldert's 28 seconds back behind Logical in 3rd. Logical 10 seconds back to Cooper. Oh, here we're going to get a good shot here. Rambo. Let's see if he can find a way around Schelling. He's going to look to the inside. Oh, Schelling's going to move over. He's going to look to the outside. Down into turn number 1. Schelling tried to make a late dive on BFD at the same time, but he was not able to do anything. Good fight here from these 3 cars so far, pretty clean. Let's see if they can stay this way through the rest of the lap. BFD's got ahead of Schelling here. They were swapping positions back and forth for about 4 or 5 laps, and he's starting to get a little bit of separation here, able to hold that spot. Let's see if he can keep doing that. Good racing going on here at Spain for round number 5 of the League of Misfits. Rated looking to take his 3rd win of the season. And he's got about a 7.5 second lead over Cooper with 10 laps left to go. Unless something crazy happens, I don't see anybody knocking him off that top spot. But we're looking at this fight here for pit 6 and 7 with BFD, Schelling, and Rambo. And it doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. I think Rambo might be a little bit faster than Schelling, but Schelling's got that DRS advantage as well, so he's able to hold off that fight for that 6th spot. But neither one of them be able to do anything with BFD right now. As they come, where they are on the track? They're coming through that little short chute down to 13 or 14. down the front straightaway. Schelling is right on the back of BFD. I think he's going to have enough of a run down the front straightaway here. BFD kind of holding that line right in the middle of the track. I think we're going to see Schelling dive to the bottom. And it doesn't look like he's going to do it. Oh, a little late dive there. Late dive. BFD gives him some space down on the bottom as they fight their way through turn 2. But Schelling's going to come back at him on the inside. Rambo right behind him. Here's a good shot looking at this fight right up in front of us. BFD fighting back on the outside as they head up into turn number 4, sorry. Almost 3 wide right now. A little contact there from Schelling. And little contact right there, and BFD goes around. So that's a second contact today between the Haas cars and Schelling. Red Bull and Haas not having any love today, so it looked like just some good tight racing there. I didn't really see anything really blatant, but they did make contact, and BFD goes around. And that's going to knock him back to 8th. Rambo now looking to the inside of Schelling. Where are they at here on the track? They're heading up through turns 11 and 12, and they're side by side. Rambo looking to the outside. Rambo's on a little bit newer tires. The Schelling started on those softs and had to go to the mediums. So they're going to head to the last straightaway, and let's see if Rambo can get enough of a run going down in turn number 1 to take that 5th position away. And he gets inside him really quick. Didn't even have to wait to make a late dive. He pretty much got under Schelling right as they came off the corner. You can see back behind him there is Rusted about 3 seconds back. So let's see if he can make his way up through here. As we have a caution in sector 3, it looks like, who is it that stopped there? And it looks like it might have been Nathan. And we have a safety car. Let's see, you can see if anybody dive into the pits real quick. It looks like Cooper did dive into the pits, but he's going to have to serve a 10-second penalty. 10-second penalty from Cooper, but he had 14 seconds on logical, so that safety car. But that safety car might have really helped that Cooper, that 10-second penalty, as he had a 14 seconds back to Cooper. You can see the crew just standing there waiting, and they finally go to work. So Cooper and Logical were able to pit. Rated must have been past the pit area because he was not able to get in. All right, so Rated now. Rated out in front, but on old tires. Right behind him now is going to be, let's see, who's that behind him? We got Cooper and Logical still showing 2nd and 3rd. Are these couple cars a lap down? It looks like behind him is he has served that penalty in the pits, guys. He's already served the penalty. He just served it on that. He just served it on that pit stop. Oh no, the crew was waiting to service, so I think he did. I'll leave you alone. I'm just eavesdropping. So it looks like Rated is going to come in. I don't think he's going to come back out in front of Cooper and Logical, but he was just going to be a sitting duck right there if he didn't put tires on. So let's see how far he goes back. So this is really going to shake up the field. I see Cooper coming back in again. So was there an issue with him? Did he get another penalty for speeding in the pits or something? Because Cooper had to come back in a second time. That's really going to shake up this field. So it's going to be Logical out in front now. That safety car came out at just the wrong time for Rated. Cars behind him were able to pit, but he had to duck in another lap later. So Cooper back in the pits. Rambo now moves his way up into 3rd. I don't think Rambo came back in again for a second stop. So I think it's going to only be, let's just see here. We'll look at the detail. All right, got Logical and Rated both on new tires. Cooper's now had to make 3 stops. But he's got Rambo right in front of him on old tires. So he's gonna have to get past him pretty quickly. So let's see. Logical out in front. Logical out in front of this. Where we have got 7 laps left to go. Let's see if the safety car ends. So for some reason we still see Affinity out in front. Are they going to send the lap cars around yet? I'm not sure why this caution is so long, but F1 seems to love their safety cars. When they put them out, they keep them out for a while for some reason. So Logical rated Rambo, so Team Racing Bull, 2nd and 3rd. But Rambo is only on the 1 stop, so he's the only car out there on those old tires. Everybody else came in for at least a 2nd stop with new tires on. But you can see Rambo's moved up 8 spots, started 11th, and is now up to 3rd. So let's see what can happen here. All right, got 1 more lap to go. It looks like they're going to go around at least 1 more time. I'm not sure why. Did they leave the lap cars in the field here on the game? I don't know. In real life, they just sent them around. So all right. So let's see if Logical can defend from Rated. Rated has definitely been the fastest car of the field. But he's got is that Affinity in between him, or is it BFD? It looks like it's Affinity. So Affinity back in 10th. It looks like he's a lap down, but he is in the middle of the field here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Could make it interesting. So still safety car out with about 6 laps left to go. I think we're going to have a good race down to the finish to see if Logical can hold Rated off. Rated has definitely been the fastest car. Rambo going to try to fight on those old tires. See if he can hold Cooper off a little bit, because Cooper's been about the 2nd best car. Grand Prix at Barcelona. Grand Prix of Spain, I think they call it here at Barcelona. For round number 5 of the League of Misfits. So the race was getting kind of boring. Rated it really stretched out about an 8-second lead, but this late safety car here is going to bunch them all up. And let's see if Logical was able to pit a little bit sooner. Rated had to wait a whole another lap to go around, so this is giving Logical the lead back here. And let's see what he can do with it. We have a lap car Affinity in between 1st and 2nd place. All right, looks like safety car is coming in. It's up to Logical to take off now. I think he's going to wait. He's going to wait till they come off the last corner. He's going to wait till the last minute. He's going to go right there. He's going to go right there at the middle of turn 14. Affinity moves up out of the way of Rated. So it's Logical, Rated, your top 2. So Rated he got ahead of Affinity, then had to give it back, so he drops a second over to 2nd back off of Logical. So that lap car being in the middle of the field there is really going to shake this up. So let's see if Rated can run down Logical. And then let's see, we've got Cooper's now made his way around Rambo for that 3rd position, and he has, it looks like Rated right there in front of him. Is that a lap car? It looks like a lap car of somebody. I can't tell who it is. Rambo sitting back here in 4th. Look back here to Shelling to 5th. We're going to watch the fight up front, but we're going to look at this fight right here. There's 4th, 5th, and 6th. You know, sometimes safety cars breed more safety cars, so Shelling gets her pretty loose right there off the corner. And BFD route, we did get a caution. I don't see anybody stop, so I think we're going to keep going. Yeah, I see somebody spun off right there. It was Coldert. Coldert spun off right there in front of us. We were watching from Nova's car. Nova's looking up at BFD and Shelling to fight up in front of him. And we are watching up in front. It looks like Rated where they're coming down that front straightaway. No DRS yet for Rated on this lap, but I think he's going to make up enough ground to get it as he come around in that little short section between turns 9 and 10. He's already closed up within a second of Logical, so let's see if he can stay there. As we're watching this fight here for 5th, 6th, oh, nice move there from Rusted on the outside of BFD to take that 6th spot away. And Coldert back here after kind of going off the track, still holding on to 8th, looking up at the back of BFD, trying to make his way around that Haas car. Let's see if Rated can get DRS. It looks like he's going to be close enough here within that 1 second window as they head this little short straightaway right here with DRS now enabled. Let's see how much that helps him. He's going to close in. Looks like he's going to make up a couple tenths here, which is going to help him as they come off that last corner down the long front straightaway to the flag stand. Sorry for my stuttering. All right, we're trying to watch everything that's going on here. We're watching this fight here for the lead. Let's see if Rated can make his way up on Logical. He's going to have a run down the front chute. Looks like Logical's going to hold that outside. He's weaving just a little bit, but he's going to give Rated that outside to see if Rated can stick it going down to the corner. He's going to go on the outside to turn number 1. He's going to make it work. Just a great pass from Rated. And that's going to put Logical back to second. But Logical's going to come back at him as they come off of turn number 2. As I was just getting ready to say, like, I think it's done right there, but Logical's fighting his way back. They're going to head up here to turn 7 and 8 here. Oh, a little bit, caught that apron a little hard right there. So we got the fight for the lead. Oh, now they're going, that was turn 6, sorry. Now they're going up into turn number 7. And they are all over each other, so we're going to look from Rated right here. I know there's some fights going on in the back, but this is for the lead, so we got 3 laps left to go. As they're going to come up into turn number 10 here. Rated going to run up on him, but he's going to hold back, be a little patient. A little bit of lock up there from Logical in that left rear, looked like. Probably the left front. So they worked their way up here into turns 13. About 3 laps left to go. There's some changing going on back in the field, but we're going to stick with this fight for the lead. We got a caution back here in sector 2. They come off of turn 14, and Rated is right on the gearbox of Logical. They come off the corner. He is going to have a good run all the way down the straightaway. And there is a caution again, but it looks like they might be going. But Rated now got about a 3/10 of a second lead now, as he has now made his way past the Logical for that top spot. Logical now falling back to second, put up a gallant fight, but I think Rated was going to get him just about no matter what. He looked to be the faster car, so here we got this fight here with Rusted, Schelling, and Nova. Nova now moved up into 4th, got a good run going. So we're going to watch this fight here now, because I think Rated is in a little separation on Logical, about 4/10 out there now. So I think this may be our fight to the finish, as we are 2 laps away, 31 laps in a 33-lap show. So we're watching Rambo here in second. We'll look up to Schelling here in that 5th spot and see as he tries to chase down Rusted. A little bit of slip right there, as he's now going to fall back about 8/10, but that's going to let Rambo get right up on the back of him here. And let's see if Rambo can make him move down where they at, going to turn number 10. He's going to hold that spot, and he's got Cold Dirt right behind him. So this is our 3-car battle here for 5th, 6th, and 7th, as we are coming up on just a couple of laps to go. Logical is still holding on to that DRS with Rated, and he is going to take a move to the inside as they go down into turn number 1. I about called it all over about a lap ago, but I was wrong. Logical fighting his way back up here as he is on softs. Yeah, I didn't see the tire difference. So Logical on the softs, Rated on the mediums. And that seems to be making the difference right now, as Logical is able to hold on to the back of him. We're going to have just a couple laps left to go. Logical with a lockup right there, but Rated still right behind him. And we're going to have a fight here for this last lap or two, so let's see where we at on the track. We're going to come up in that first little DRS section to see if Rated can make a move here. It looks like he's going to be patient and stay behind and play the DRS game and see what he can do down the front straightaway. There's no point in passing him too early, as we're going to come up and take the white flag. 1 lap left to go, and they cross the line here. They're working their ways through turns 13 and 14 for the 32nd time here in this show, this race, whatever you want to call it. As they come off the last corner, I think we're going to have a fight to the finish. So it looks like Rated going to run up on the back of him. Logical going to block the bottom, make him go on the long way around the outside. Rated's not able to make it happen, but he's going to have the inside going back to the next corner. And they are side by side to this little chicane area. They are making their way up to turn, where the hell are they? Turn number 4, and it's still Logical with the lead. Rated right there behind him. Logical doing a really good job. That safety car gave him this advantage to get the lead. And here we are, Rated up on the outside. They are side by side again as they enter turn 7 and 8. He's going to have one little shot. Oh, Rated, Logical off the track. Rated going to take the evasive maneuver onto the outside. Good job avoiding contact right, but just keeping the pressure on Logical. Logical makes a mistake. Rated gets back out in front. Back out in the lead where he was earlier. Cooper's making up some ground on these guys. If he had a few more laps, he might come into play here too, make it a 3-car battle. But right now it's Rated and Logical, and it looks like that might have been it. We have no, unless Logical can get close to him and get enough of a run off the last corner. And it looks like that's going to do it, and it's going to be Rated taking the win. His 3rd win of the season in 5 races. Logical coming home in 2nd. Cooper 3rd. Nova 4th. BFD 5th. And it looks like that's going to be the finish. We had some tight battling going on in the middle there. It looked like a little bit of contact back and forth, and some guys fell back, so it's going to be Rusted with a good finish in that Williams car all the way up to 4th. Let's see, how many spots did he gain here? Let's see here. We got I didn't think he started back as far as he did, so he only made it 2 spots. So our big mover of the race, it looks like, was Hype, moving from 12th to 8th. So we're gonna who's gonna be the driver of the day? I think we're gonna give driver of the day to let's see here. I think we're gonna give it to Hype, just because I like Hype. So we'll see what the official driver of the day is. I don't know what
there's nothing I could have done.
I don't know what the voting is on it, but so a good win there from Rated.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Nova with driver of the day, coming home in 4th.
Matter of fact, I'm going there now.
So Rated with the win. Led most of the race early into that late safety car. Kind of caught him out of the pit stops. Had to go around another lap. And it's going to be Rated, Logical, and Cooper. So, and it's going to be Logical now with 5 races and 5 podiums. Rated's ran 3 races with the league this year and 3 wins. So Rated shows up. He's going to be the one to beat it, looks like, right now. So, hey, thanks for the follow there, IKG. Appreciate it. Or is that LKG? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
No, you're good.
So, let's see if we can get the finishing results here. It's going to pop up here in a second. It's kind of old and slow like me, so it's going to take a minute here.
Yo, Shelling.
So a good fight there for the lead with Logical and Rated there at the end.
Well, I don't know what lap.
I really thought once Rated got on front, that was going to be over, but Logical did a great job of fighting his way back.
I braked, fucked up into you. I pushed you off the track, gave me the position back.
So So it looks like that's going to be our finish position. It's going to be Rated, Logical, and Cooper going to be your top 3. They didn't give us a finishing result there, so appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you watching the stream. LKG, good to see you, buddy. So we're going to try to make it back next week for week number 6, and they're going to be at Canada for the street course there in Canada, Montreal, for next Monday night. Appreciate y'all being there for the stream. Good racing again from League of Misfits. A little bit of beating and banging here and there, as they're all yapping in my ear right now. So, but thanks, LKG. All right, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you again next time.